Hello, celebrity watchers, sensational story enthusiasts. Welcome back to your favorite source for all the scandalous, shocking, and utterly unbelievable moments unfolding in the world of entertainment. Today, we're diving headfirst into an incident that proves even the biggest stars aren't immune to the baffling behavior of a few rogue concert goers. We're talking about country music superstar Luke Bryan, a man known for his infectious energy and a string of chart-topping hits, who found himself on the receiving end of an uninvited projectile during a recent performance. This wasn't just a close call. This was a direct hit captured on video, and it's sparking a massive debate about concert etiquette, fan responsibility, and the escalating trend of objects being thrown at performers. Picture this: it's a beautiful Saturday night at the North Dakota State Fair. The air is buzzing with excitement. The smell of fair food is wafting through the breeze, and thousands of country music fans are gathered, eagerly anticipating a night with one of the genre's biggest names, Luke Bryan. The atmosphere is electric, charged with the collective anticipation of sing-alongs, dance moves, and that quintessential Luke Bryan charm. This is what live music is all about: a shared experience, a connection between artist and audience, a night of pure, unadulterated fun under the summer sky. Luke Bryan, a seasoned performer, a 5-time Entertainer of the Year recipient, was undoubtedly putting on a show. He was in his element, belting out his crowd-pleasing anthems, interacting with the adoring fans, doing what he does best. The set was winding down, culminating in what was to be his final song of the night, the iconic CountryGirl Shake It. For me, the crowd was undoubtedly hyped, singing along, probably shaking a little something themselves. It was the perfect crescendo to a successful evening, and then it happened. In a split second, a moment captured on a now viral video that has sent ripples of outrage across social media. Something completely unexpected and entirely unwelcome shattered the joyful atmosphere. As Bryan was mid-lyric, fully immersed in his performance of CountryGirl, an object came flying through the air from somewhere in the crowd, a silent, sudden missile. It struck him directly in the face. The immediate aftermath was a testament to Bryan's professionalism and years of experience on stage. The video shows him visibly flinching, the impact clearly felt. He pauses, his voice momentarily cut short, and his eyes, still filled with the remnants of performance energy, narrow as he stares intensely into the section of the crowd from where the object originated. It's a look that speaks volumes, a mixture of surprise, pain, and perhaps a simmering anger at the blatant disrespect. But then, almost miraculously, he rallies. He continues singing a few more words, takes a brief moment to compose himself, and with a resilience that only a true veteran performer possesses, he continues the song, finishing the show as planned. The show, as they say, must go on. This incident is particularly poignant, coming as it does shortly after Bryan was battling a bout of COVID-19, which forced him to cancel several prior concerts. He had even at one point offered full refunds to a crowd in Arkansas because he felt he wasn't performing at his best. To be back on stage giving his all, only to be met with such a disrespectful act, adds an extra layer of frustration to the situation. While Bryan admirably pushed through the shock and continued his performance, action was quickly taken by those tasked with maintaining order. Shortly after the incident, sheriff's deputies were seen heading directly into the area where the object was thrown. The sight of law enforcement making their way through the throng of concertgoers undoubtedly sent a clear message: this kind of behavior would not be tolerated. However, as of now, it remains unclear whether anyone was actually removed from the venue or if any arrests were made on the spot. This incident immediately raises a multitude of questions about concert security and fan responsibility. In an age where phone recordings instantly go viral, every breach of etiquette or safety is magnified and scrutinized. Why would someone throw an object at a performer? Was it intentional malice, an ill-conceived joke, or perhaps the result of over-intoxication at a fair known for selling alcohol? Eyewitness accounts from social media have suggested that some in the crowd were indeed extra rowdy, and that's not the only thing people were throwing. They also tossed water bottles off the rides to hit people with them. If true, this paints a picture of a general disregard for safety and order, not just an isolated incident targeting a specific artist. The Ward County Sheriff's Office, through Captain Jason Kraft, has confirmed that as of their most recent statement, they have not yet identified the individual responsible for throwing the object. More surprisingly, perhaps, they currently do not have a criminal investigation open on the matter. Why? Because they have not yet received a formal complaint from a victim, i.e. Luke Bryan or his representatives. This detail is crucial. For a criminal investigation to proceed, a formal complaint is typically required, especially in cases where the intent or severity of the act isn't immediately clear as a major felony. It speaks to the discretion and agency of the victim to press charges. This incident with Luke Bryan, while shocking, is not an isolated one. In recent months, we've seen a disturbing and alarming trend of fans throwing objects at performers across various genres. From pop stars to rappers, artists are increasingly facing the risk of injury from projectiles launched from the crowd. These objects range from phones and bracelets to, in one particularly egregious case, a microphone thrown back by an artist who had been hit. The incidents have sparked widespread condemnation from both artists and fans, with many calling for stricter security measures and harsher penalties for those who engage in such dangerous behavior. The motivations behind these acts are varied and often perplexing. Some argue it's an attempt to gain a performer's attention, to make a connection, however misguided. Others suggest it's born out of intoxication, a loss of inhibition that leads to reckless actions. And then there are those who believe it's a deliberate act of malice or disrespect, a perverse desire to disrupt the performance or even cause harm. Regardless of the motive, the consequences can be severe, ranging from minor injuries and disrupted performances to serious physical harm and potential legal repercussions for the perpetrator. For performers, these incidents create an environment of unease. The stage, once a sanctuary for artistic expression and a place of unbridled joy, increasingly becomes a potential hazard zone. Artists have to be constantly vigilant, their focus split between delivering a captivating performance and scanning the crowd for potential threats. This undoubtedly impacts their ability to fully connect with the audience, creating a barrier between them and the very fans they came to entertain. From a venue and event security perspective, this trend presents a significant challenge. State fairs, with their often sprawling open layouts and diverse crowds, can be particularly difficult environments to fully secure compared to, say, a contained arena. While fairgrounds and concert promoters implement various security protocols, bag checks, metal detectors, uniformed and plainclothes security personnel, preventing every single object from entering or being thrown is a monumental task. The sheer volume of attendees, coupled with the festive atmosphere that often includes alcohol consumption, can create a volatile mix. The question then becomes, what more can be done? Should venues implement stricter bag policies, banning anything larger than a small clutch? Should security checkpoints be more rigorous, perhaps incorporating pat-downs or advanced scanning technology? Should there be a zero-tolerance policy for any object throwing, leading to immediate ejection and potential legal action, regardless of the object's size or the performer's decision to press charges? These are complex questions with no easy answers, balancing security needs with the desire to maintain a welcoming and enjoyable atmosphere for concert goers. For now, the Ward County Sheriff's Office awaits a formal complaint from Luke Bryan or his team. This highlights the crucial role that victims play in initiating criminal proceedings. Without Bryan's complaint, the incident, while widely condemned and clearly visible, remains a non-criminal matter in the eyes of local law enforcement. It raises an interesting ethical dilemma for public figures. Should they always press charges in such instances to send a strong message and deter future behavior? Or do they have the right to choose to move past it? Bryan's decision, whatever it may be, will be watched closely by his peers and the wider music industry. Fans, meanwhile, have taken to social media, expressing a mixture of anger, disappointment, and concern. Many are calling for the perpetrator to be identified and banned from future events, with some even suggesting that the individual should face criminal charges. The sentiment is clear. This behavior is unacceptable and must be stopped. it undermines the very essence of live music, a shared, respectful experience between artist and fan. Luke Bryan, for his part, handled the incident with grace and profile. Sionalism. He finished the song, he finished the show. He didn't erupt in anger, he didn't walk off stage in a huff. This stoicism, while admirable, also sends a message. Some might argue it normalizes the behavior, while others would say it demonstrates an unwavering commitment to his fans and his craft. This incident at the North Dakota State Fair serves as a stark reminder that while concerts are a place for excitement and release, they are also shared spaces that require mutual respect. Artists pour their hearts and souls into their performances, and fans pay hard-earned money to experience that connection. A single act of reckless disrespect can shatter that bond, endanger the performer, and tarnish the experience for everyone else. As we await further updates from the Ward County Sheriff's Office, North Dakota State Fair Management, and Luke Bryan's representatives, one thing is abundantly clear: the conversation around fan behavior at concerts is far from over. This viral video of Luke Bryan being struck by an object isn't just a sensational news story. It's a stark warning, a call to action for venues, security personnel, artists, and fans alike to reaffirm the principles of respect, safety, and accountability. That should be the bedrock of every live music experience. So, what do you think? Should venues implement stricter rules? Should artists always press charges in these situations? And what responsibility do concertgoers have to police the behavior of those around them? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, because your voice matters in this crucial conversation. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay on top of all the latest, most impactful stories in entertainment.